Greetings to you from wherever you're watching us. This is Sports This Morning on your award-winning channels television. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Cecilia Amorogbe. Let's get started with the show. And of course, we're starting with the big match for today. Talking about Nigeria Women's Football League, FC Robo and Rivers United will lock hands in Lagos this evening. And of course, it's just 4 games to go before the Super 8 in the Women's League, before the Super 4 in the Women's League.
All right, we leave football. We traveled all the way to Mali this morning. 2017 Women's Afro Basket gets us talking, and preparations begin. In spite of all the drama, preparations begin with the list, squad list that has been released. 37 days to go. 39 days to Nigeria's first game in Bamako against Egypt. But with all the drama we sorted out before then, that's the big question for us and you this morning on the show.
Oh, we're going to be having 2 teams. Okay, now we'll talk about tennis and the quarterfinals for the men. All is set. You're going to be having Milos Raonic, Roger Federer, Thomas Berdych, and of course Novak Djokovic. All of them will be in action today. Same with Andy Murray and Sam Querrey, Gilles Simon, Gilles Moulin, and also Marin Cilic. All of them will be taking the center stage today for place in the semi-finals.
Yeah, that's it. We'll start you off with tennis on the show this morning. The guys, we'll see what's going to happen. Of the guys left, you have just 4 guys who've won a Grand Slam before. For the ladies, you have 2 that have won it before. So some people are saying maybe at this stage experience will be the key factor. You have Thomas Berdych taking on Novak. You have Milos Raonic taking on Roger Federer. You also have Gilles Moulin, that's Nadal's conqueror, taking on Marin Cilic. You have Andy Murray, another hard-hitting player that Murray is going to be facing, Sam Querrey. So we'll see what happens in this one. It looks like experience will be a big deal. And some guys have put name and reputation on the line, saying that for the guys, there's not going to be a new name on that title, and that it's going to be any of those. Some are even not putting Marin Cilic in that bracket. Just saying, if it's not Novak, it's going to be Andy. If it is not Andy, it's going to be Roger Federer. And for any of Roger Federer and Novak, they will have to, if they win this match, they will have to come up against each other. But for Andy, I mean, probably the only person that stands in his way will, if he wins, we are going ahead of ourselves now. If he wins, then Gilles Moulin or Marin Cilic. But let's not take it for granted that he will win. But it seems to have been able to find a way to get his form, and he's been playing well. Do I rank him as a contender in my books? Not yet. If he wins this, yes, it's going to get my attention.
Okay, that's for
Andy Murray, yeah.
Okay, for Andy Murray. Yeah. Well, hold on. Andy Murray is not favorite.
My books. I said my books.
In your own book. Okay. All right. Okay. Andy Murray is there for me, and Novak Djokovic is there for me, and of course Roger Federer. All of them. Anyone can actually take it. Now let's go to the game of that's Andy Murray. But we want to talk about Novak Djokovic. He had a very, very easy, smooth run. Getting into the quarterfinals. He didn't get to play, on the day the other guys were playing, so his game was the next day. And, there was this injury scare a little bit and all that. He took medical time out twice, and we were thinking, will he be able to, see off the game? But then he was clinical as usual, 6-2, 7-6, 6-4. I guess Andrea is just beside him. That is really helping, still trying to, that's him there, saying him out.
Well, play today, I don't know if it's going to worsen the injury. And, top stars have a way of, doing things to their opponents when they know, oh, he has a bad left shoulder, something's wrong with the left shoulder, something's wrong with the wrist, something's wrong with the leg, the movement is a bit slow, let me force him to come to the baseline. Let me, some of those things will be running through their mind. So we're going to see if Novak will be pulling through. Okay. But then let's take reactions from some of these guys. We're talking about the quarterfinals, the ladies. Immediately after the games, some that we didn't expect. Simona Halep, my pick, is out. So all my predictions have just gone with the wind. But let's listen to some of them, what they had to say, the ones that were victorious and the ones that had to exit from the Wimbledon Championships.
To be in the semi-finals of my home slam, and to do that in front of a full centre court, I mean, it's pretty special. And I think the level of tennis that both of us played today, it was just a tremendous match. So I think just to be a part of a match like that again, I've been very fortunate this championship. So I've had 2 of those now. I feel very lucky.
I think everything was okay, and many positives from this match. And she played really well, so she deserved to win.
Before the match, I was still saying to myself, it's great to be quarterfinal, just be relaxed, just play your game, and then we'll see what's going to happen. And even when I had the match points, I was all the time thinking the same, and just to be relaxed, and I was really not that nervous. I was very surprised, because I was always thinking before, when I was home, like how nervous I would be when I was watching the other players to have a match points and to get in the semi-final. And I was really not that nervous, and maybe that's why I also made it.
All right, some of the top stars who've been able to pull through, some not so lucky. Let's talk about some of them. Cecilia, Venus, 37 years, experience is gold at this tournament. She's been able to power on. Defeated your pick, Jelena Ostapenko, who surprised us all as she's been able to get a Grand Slam to her name. But it wasn't that easy, but Venus had everything in the bag, and she was able to do it. But let's not forget, when we talk about Venus, she's one of the most successful women on this ground, on this surface. She has 5 titles to herself at Wimbledon. That must count for something, and indeed it has. I think she's the oldest now to be able to get to the semi-final of the ladies. So a great achievement for